that. We had a bit of a, a power issue here at the press box. Don't worry, no fault of LVHS. So it was on me, yo. All right, folks. Right now, still no score here at Bill Bush Stadium. Gorgeous weather today. I was talking with a few of the parents, and a beautiful day for soccer. No wind quite yet, but expected possibly later. Gets putting on the pressure in the center circle. Phillies will drop back and give it a chip that'll go out of bounds. "33 seconds to go in this first half of play. The Lander Tigers took a win against Powell yesterday as they made that 3-hour trip. It's a nice trip, but a long one nonetheless when you have a game the next day on a Saturday. Rushing in, Morton tried to get a foot on it. Taken back by the Phillies. Neiman making some headway. Throw in. Going to be brought in by Sullivan. Just kidding. They decided on the opposite team. The Phillies will have ball. Bauer bringing that in. Making its way over to Maya Copeland. Ball rolls past the end line, bringing that a goal kick for the Lander Lady Tigers. That'll be taken by Copeland. Morton to the side, over to Getz. You know, Getz had a really nice game yesterday in the sense of a high-scoring second half. We're talking 3 goals within about 10 minutes for Getz. Nieders passes over to Boyson. Booted away by Morton. "30 minutes left in the first half of play. Lady Tigers, a more relaxed pace than yesterday. Gets through the legs inside the 18 with a shot on goal. Hits off the goalpost. If it would have been another 6-7 inches to the left, that might have been a goal for the Lady Tigers. A nice play there between the legs of the Phillies' Boyson. Phillies trying to get it out of their defensive third. Over to Nielsen. Ball ends up in the wing, chased down by Abby Copeland. Phillies ball. Brought in by Boyson and met by Morton. Gets with a nice pass around the ref. That made its way over to Hansen, which is booted to the center circle, and over to Nielsen. With a swipe, it looks like Boyson of the Phillies ends up on the turf. Tossed in by Copeland, and over to Sullivan. Tossin ends up in possession of the Phillies. Quickly returned by the Tigers. Over to Getz. Looks like she was trying to meet up with Sullivan. Ends up swiped by the Lady Phillies. Inside the 18, past Kale, and a shot on goal for the Lady Panthers. Shot taken by Autumn Wilson. Kale ended up on the ground just past the 6, and that left it wide open for her to get right past. Current score with 27 minutes left in this first half of play. The Lady Phillies 1, Lander Lady Tigers 0. Back to the center circle. The Tigers have some ground to make up for this first half. Knock Hazel. Pass across field. Copeland putting on the wheels to boot it out. It'll be Philly's ball. Nice boot there. Met on by Lander. Stauffenberg with the stop there. A very audible Cody crowd today. Phillies cheering on their teammates on the field. Something that I found interesting yesterday as we took a game on the road, so to speak. Lytle making some contact there. Looked like no harm, no foul, quite literally. But as we were on the road yesterday, I realized there's a different home crowd at Powell than there is at Lander. They're a clapping crowd. They support their team, excuse me. And Powell is a little crazy. Meant in the most respectful way. They had plastic horns and the whole 9 yards yesterday. But I have to say, it's awesome to see a live crowd here for soccer and to see a game taking place at Bill Bush Stadium. Kicked out by the Lady Tigers. Substitution. Coming in for the Phillies is Kalkowski. Heading out for the bench is Boyson. Toss into Schutzman, excuse me. I'm going to get that right this game. Kick over into the side of the goal, and it'll be a goal kick. Taking that out of the keep will be Maya Copeland. Big kick landed about the 42-yard line. Sullivan trying to sneak that ball away from the Phillies. Couldn't quite get there. Now approaching the 18. Knockhazel with a nice swipe there against the Phillies' Neaters. Made its way to Getz. She's surrounded by 4 of the Phillies. She'll kick it over, trying to meet Sullivan, who's just a powerhouse when it comes to speed. Inside. Gets a swipe by the Phillies. Nice swipe there by Britton Bauer. Morton to the side, over to Nielsen. She's trying to meet up with Getz. It's taken over in the weave by Boyson of the Lady Phillies. Knockhazel with a nice mid boot there over to Getz. Back to Knockhazel in the center circle. An attempted stop by the Phillies. Couldn't quite get it past Sullivan though. And back over to Knockhazel. She'll be moving forward. Passes to Nielsen. Getz just before the 18. A boot there by Hansen. That'll roll past that goal line and end up with a goal kick for Radkovich. Goal kick not coming out from the keeper, but rather from the Phillies with Chrysler. Whistles. That'll result in a possession by the Lady Tigers. Gets at the 18. A nice kick there. Aimed for the goal, but ends up deflecting off of Boyson. Over to Atnip. A kick there by Morton. Ends up off of one of the Lady Phillies. A little bit of a collision there with Lytle and Kalkowski. A lot of forward motion by the Lady Phillies. Coming in from Cody today. Knockhazel back down the sideline. Giving it the boot before she can have it swiped. That'll roll out of bounds. .21 minutes, 15 seconds to go in this first half of play. Right now, the Cody Phillies sitting at 1 and the Lady Tigers at 0. Looking to make up that first point. Addip in the center. Over to Getz. Could be a way to make some headway. She'll have it swiped away for the Lady Phillies. That time off the foot of Growney. The Cody Phillies keeping the Lander Lady Tigers very busy, at least in midfield today. Maya Copeland will try to get ahead on that. Shot on goal by the Lady Phillies. Not going to find the back of the net. That was taken on by Schutzman. Kale giving up that goal kick. Going to Mia Copeland as she reads the field. Sideline work with Copeland. Goes over to Knockhazel. He'll get taken back by the Phillies. Allison Boyson making some good footwork. Chip over by the 18. Kale will take the swipe down to the ground and smothers it. Looks like she'll take this goal kick. It's not technically a goal kick, but she will kick it out of the goal. Knock Hale's still trying to meet an open Lady Tiger. That'll go out of bounds. I want to invite you to join us on the halftime show here with YOToday.com. If you're just now joining, I'm Rusty Wirtz. My first year calling soccer. Having a great time so far. I followed the Tigers over to Powell yesterday. Got to watch the girls take a win, and I got to watch the boys with a very intense game. They took a loss yesterday to the Powell Panthers. Boot there by Stauffenberg, trying to find its way back to the Tigers. Instead, gets turned over to Boyson. Dribbling between three members of the Tigers. Back with a shot on goal. Kale will get a hand on it, and that'll be booted out of bounds just to let them set back up off Copeland. Toss in by Kalkowski. Lander forwards, making its way around the defense, but it'll be swiped away. Getting a foot on that was Wilson of the Lady Phillies. Gets to knock Hazel, who's met with pressure, brought on by the Lady Phillies Boyson, and they'll go out of bounds off of Sullivan. Back to that middle third, accompanying that back to Kale. Keeping an eye on it with Stauffenberg for the Lander defense. Free kick there. Brought in by the Lady Phillies. Inside the Lander 18. Chased out of bounds by Morton. 15 minutes, 55 seconds left to go in this first half of play. Bringing it back. Copeland from the goal kick. And out of bounds. The throw in for the Lady Phillies with Growney. That over to Lynn. Back to the center to Atnip for the Tigers. Trying to work the weave. That gets swiped away instead. As you can tell by the by the Cody bench. Nice move there. That was by Neiman of the Lady Phillies. Toss in by Kalkowski. Sullivan trying to get it around. The Lady Phillies ends up caught up in Boyson. Back with Nielsen, who's now on the left side of the field. Today's match, you couldn't ask for better weather here at Bill Bush Stadium. have to say, this is one of the nicer stadiums that I have the privilege to broadcast in. I'm glad that's considered the home stadium, right? Kick over to Lynn. Whistles. That'll go to the Lady Tigers. Looks like it bounced off the hand of Lynn of the Lady Phillies. You'll have to excuse if my voice breaks a tiny bit today. I've been talking a lot between yesterday's game and today. But I wouldn't want to be anywhere else on a Saturday. It's beautiful here in Lander. Giving it the boot. Maya Copeland. A nice stop there by Getz. Shoots it up into the air. Sullivan had a shot at it. Couldn't quite get possession, however. Kalkowski to the center. Lander Tigers keeping the pressure on. Inside the 18. Kicked away by Copeland. Nice tackle there by Abby Copeland. Copeland will talk with the ref, trying to explain herself. That'll result in a corner kick in for the Phillies. Bringing that in is Kalkowski. Over to center field, just inside the 18. A kick over, trying to be stopped by Kale, but that results in a score. Battling ponytails to see a number there. That was by Jessa Lynn, who will now be subbed out. Score right now. The Lady Phillies sitting at 2, Lander Lady Tigers at 0. 12 minutes left to go in this first half. A boot up and over the goal. That'll go past that end line. Back inside the 18, we have Abby Copeland ready to take the goal kick. Have a battle for the ball going on. Hansen trying to get it away. Nice deflection there by Knockhazel. Took that back about 20 yards, but right back into the hands of the Phillies. More in there. She'll end up on the ground after kicking it over to Getz. Getz with a swipe and then a deflection. That'll go out of bounds on the Lady Tigers. Sun is shining here at Bill Bush Stadium. No wind to blow the flags around. A boot over by Emma Nieders. Makes it to the center circle. Atnip trying to make it to Knockhazel. She'll drop back over to Hansen. Nielsen will follow it out of bounds. Off in the Lady Phillies. Substitutions. Atnip will go out. Coming in is Sullivan for Lander forwards. Current temperature in Lander, 48 degrees and sunny. It'll be warming up here a little bit before the boys' game. That'll take place at 12 o'clock, so stay tuned right here on wyotoday.com, both on Facebook and on YouTube. If you're live streaming on Facebook and you want maybe a little higher quality, you can head on over to our YouTube stream. Facebook just dulls it down a tiny bit. Nielsen gets it stolen away. Downfield, Kalkowski in control. Taken back by Hansen. Gets to Sullivan, goes a little too far. She'll keep it inbounds. Morton with a boot over. That'll be met up by the GK of the Lady Phillies, Radkovich. Into Hansen. Hansen to Nielsen on the left. Down the sideline, taken over by the Phillies. The amount of swipes taken on by the Phillies today is slowly growing. Ooh, a nice steal away there with Morton. Good footwork on her half. Taken on during the dribble by the Lady Phillies, Kalkowski. Lytle for the Tigers, getting it back to Getz, just around the 30. Over to Sullivan, looking to make a dribble. Lady Tigers can't just hone in the precise passes right now to keep it away from the Phillies. Ooh, getting caught up. Morton will end up on the turf. Penalty in favor of the Lady Tigers. That'll be a free kick. Looks like Mason Morton's going to try to walk that off a bit. You know, I heard someone from the crowd just say this, but it was the honest truth is Morton ended up almost sideways on that one and then hit the turf. Which, you know, that can happen in soccer. Nielsen over to Hansen. Hansen to the center circle. That'll be out of bounds. Phillies ball. Substitution for the Phillies. Joining us on the field is Jessa Lynn. She was one of our scorers at about 12 minutes in. Hansen racing for the ball. Taking that back is Copeland. Maya making sure not to let them gain any headway. Back to the wing. Both will kick for it and end up on the turf. You can see the ref in the far corner wave it off and say it looked clean. Toss in by the Phillies. Goes to the feet of Nieders. Brought back in. We'll have a goal kick. Kale's going to give that up to Maya Copeland. Copeland had an amazing kick yesterday. I believe it was Maya. I'll have to double check my scoring recap. There was a corner kick that couldn't be explained better than calling it a banana kick. Ref on the far side of the field will wave his flag. Looks like someone might have... Well, it looks like they're going to meet here for a second. Looks like someone might have been getting a little rough. The ref will meet up with Lynn from the Lady Phillies. We won't see any cards being played, but looks like they're having a bit of a discussion. Copeland with a boot over to Getz. Brought forward there by Morton. Just trying to make its way to Sullivan. Oh, excuse me, not Hazel. Sullivan's on the right side of the field. She swapped sides. A shot on goal by Knock Hazel will be a little too far to the right. Couldn't hone it in to reach the back of the net. Goal kick for the Phillies will come out from Neiman. Knock Hazel tries to take advantage of that goal kick. Instead, it'll get booted. Rolling past the 18. Kale getting her hands on it, then falling to a smother. Today's leaving some elbow room within their formations. This goes for both teams. A little spread out. Tigers had a chance to get it within the 18. Sullivan in the wing. Swiped away by the Lady Phillies with Neiman. Whistles in favor of Cody. Taking that kick for the Cody Phillies will be Neaters. Three minutes left in this first half of play. Bill Bush Stadium couldn't have better weather this morning. Inside the 18, going for a save was Stauffenberg. Helped clear the goal a bit, enough so where Kale could get a hand on it. Kale will put a boot out of the 18. Meeting Getz in center circle. Knock Hazel with a pass over to Sullivan, instead met by the defense player of the Lady Phillies. Looks like that was by Chrysler. Over to Nielsen, meets Maya Copeland, excuse me. Back in for the Phillies. Hansen with a kick. Nice movement there by Sullivan. Getting inside the 18. She jukes out and through the legs with a shot on goal. Oh, it was picture perfect, but couldn't quite get to the back of the net. Met up instead by Radkovich. Another shot on goal by the Lady Tigers. Met up by Radkovich. The Lady Tigers getting good pressure into the defensive third of the Cody Phillies. Can't just quite get between the goal. Getz was trying to get a shot over to Sullivan, couldn't quite get there. Whistles that the crowd's not so pleased with. Bit of a connection there. You know, I said the Lander was a quiet crowd, but that just proved me a little bit wrong. The way I look at it, folks, is the ref's a lot closer to the game than I am. Chasing down the ball is Lytle near the sideline. Ooh, with a connection, Copeland. That'll send both of them shooting to the floor with that tackle. Whew, that one gave me some shivers to watch. They'll call that a Cody ball. Hanging inside the penalty box. A nice deflection there by Maya Copeland. Toward the sideline, and the horn will blow. That makes the first half of play concluded, folks. Whew, that was a intense end to that first half. Current score, the Lander Lady Tigers sitting at 0 and the Cody Phillies sitting at 2. We're going to take a timeout, recognize some of our sponsors of this broadcast. Please make sure you go support these businesses because they are supporting your Lander Lady Tigers.
Attending college at Central Wyoming College's Alpine Science Institute is the perfect place to be during a pandemic. You can live in a cabin and be socially distanced in the beautiful foothills of the Wind River Mountains. The Alpine Science Institute is a multi-use educational and recreational center for degrees in outdoor education, outdoor recreation, environmental science, anthropology, and expedition science. Don't let a pandemic stop you from pursuing a degree that is full of adventure. Go to www.cwc.edu/alpinescience and make your way.
Central Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Lander Valley Soccer. With 3 branches in Fremont County, their mission is to help develop Wyoming communities with Wyoming values. From opening your first checking account to taking out a loan for a new business venture, Central Bank and Trust is your local bank and lender. Central Bank and Trust brings top-of-the-line technologies to their customers with chipped debit cards, mobile deposit, QuickBooks integration for businesses, online bill pay, and more. Central Bank and Trust. It's more than a bank, it's a community. Visit centralbankandtrust.com. Good luck and go Tigers.
When it comes to protecting your family, home, car, or business, you can count on Mountain West Farm Bureau Mutual Insurance Company. You deserve a local agent who is dedicated to helping you with all of your insurance needs. And that's what you'll get with Jake Hunke, your local Farm Bureau agent. Jake Hunke offers the quality products and services you're looking for. Visit his new location at 450 Main Street in Lander or call 307-332-3295 and discover the advantages of working with a local agent. Trust experience. Trust Farm Bureau.
In any sport, athletes face the chance of sustaining an injury. According to the Athletic Training Association, 90% of student athletes reported some sort of sports-related injury. What's more, is 54% report playing while injured. For various reasons, sports-related injuries are increasingly leaving our youth at risk of exposure to opioid-based pain medication. Fremont WhenTheGameSlowsDown.com is here to help navigate monitoring medication, social support, and suggestions on what to do when the game slows down. Brought to you by Fremont County Prevention Program.
When you're looking for a great deal on a new or used car or truck, think Fremont Toyota. Shop over 1,000 vehicles from 12 manufacturers you know and love. Plus, they give you their best price up front, so you can be sure you're getting the best deal possible. And their state-of-the-art service facilities and expert technicians come with their 1-year hassle-free maintenance plan with all new vehicles. Fremont Toyota, they're your friends and neighbors and proud to sponsor Lander Valley High School Soccer. 103 Fremont Way in Lander. Visit FremontToyotaLander.com. Go Tigers!
Welcome back to Billiam here in Lander. It is a beautiful day. You can't expect better weather for soccer, folks. It's just cool enough. So far, the Lady Tigers in this first half of play have not been able to find the back of the net. Lots of activity in the defensive third of the Cody Phillies for the Tigers, but not quite getting there. So as we get through halftime here, we have about 6 minutes left in halftime. The current outlay for these games has been 40-minute halves and then a 10-minute halftime. So we'll do a quick scoring recap. With 27 minutes left in the first half of play, Wilson of the Lady Phillies was able to get within the 18, make a shot. Kale went one way, the ball went the other, unfortunately. Then, with 12 minutes left in that first half, Lynn, who's an intense player for the Lady Phillies, You'll see her making some quick movements down the field. She'll be one to watch in the second half. She was able to get past Kale in the bottom right-hand corner of the goal. So Kale just couldn't quite get in front of it. She was juking back and forth, and it was just a shot that was very well placed. So that takes us to the current score of the Lander Lady Tigers with a zip score and the Lady Phillies sitting at 2. Now, in this second half of play, we'll be seeing a lot of activity. I think it'll be interesting to see where Coach Montero has the girls placed, if he's going to keep more forwards to get through the defense, or if he wants more defenders to come into play. So we'll have to see that in this second half. I'm very excited. I'm messing with our scoreboard a little bit to see if we can't get the numbers to show up a little bit better. I haven't had a game this early in the day yet, so we're going to mess with that a little bit as we go. I want to thank you for tuning in to the halftime show here at WyoToday.com. I'm Rusty Wirtz, and we'll be back with the second half of play after these messages. Hello! The spring forecast at Hello the House calls for heavy showers of savings the first 2 full weeks of April. Starting Monday, April 5th, and lasting through Saturday, the complete inventory will be 30% off. Breaking down further on prices, Monday, April 12th, for the week, everything store-wide is 50% off. Stop in soon to soak up the savings. These spring showers dry up and blow away after April 17th. Hello the House, 370 Main in Lander is open 11 till 5:30 weekdays and 10 till 4 on Saturdays. Looking to get back in the game this year? Avoid the rush by scheduling sports physicals now with Lander Medical Clinic. Sports physicals start after May 1st and are an important part of youth wellness exams. Preventative health took a backseat to COVID this past year, and Lander Medical Clinic wants to get teens back in the door for their wellness and sports physicals. Schedule your child's wellness and sports physical exam in May, June, or July by calling 332-2941. Lander Medical Clinic.
I'm Sarah Penn. Go Tigers!
I'm Dr. Forbes. Go Tigers!
I'm Nate.
And I'm Billy.
Go Tigers!
Central Wyoming College has the perfect degree to help you learn, grow, advance, and lead. The new Bachelor of Applied Science degree in Organizational Management and Leadership is the perfect degree to earn during a pandemic. There's 3 ways to learn: online learning, virtual learning, and in-person learning. Whether you have some credits or no credits, you can earn a bachelor's degree at CWC and have the competitive edge for employment. Go to www.cwc.edu/leadtheway.
Does your car seem like it's feeling a little under the weather? Doesn't have that same get up and go or struggles to start in the mornings? Visit Lander Napa at 391 Main Street. Rick and the crew will help you get that car feeling brand new. They know the right parts and have the experience and Napa know-how to set you up for success on your repair job. So come see Rick and the team at 391 Main Street in Lander. Open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 6 p.m., Saturday, 8 to 5, and Sunday, 10 to 3. Lander Napa. Man, I'm hungry, but nothing sounds good, and I don't feel like cooking.
Let's go to Molino Italian Bistro. I've been dying to try their house-made pastas, spaghetti, linguine, fettuccine.
Okay, I'm in.
Ooh, and their chicken parmesan with zucchini noodles, seared beef tenderloin.
You had me at.
White truffle risotto, crab dip.
Sounds good, let's go.
Truffle fries, calamari. Hey, where are you going?
To Molino. Are you coming or what? Molino Italian Bistro. Sophisticated yet relaxed. Handmade fresh daily. 129 Main Street, Lander. Get a free appetizer with a dinner order for 2 Tuesday through Thursdays now through April 8th.
Attending college at Central Wyoming College's Alpine Science Institute is the perfect place to be during a pandemic. You can live in a cabin and be socially distanced in the beautiful foothills of the Wind River Mountains. The Alpine Science Institute is a multi-use educational and recreational center for degrees in outdoor education, outdoor recreation, environmental science, anthropology, and expedition science. Don't let a pandemic stop you from pursuing a degree that is full of adventure. Go to www.cwc.edu/alpinescience and make your way.
And we're back here at Bill Bush on a beautiful Saturday morning. 48 seconds left in the half, and we'll be back with our second half of play. We're gearing up for what should be a good second half. High intensity so far on behalf of the Lady Phillies. That'll get them back behind that defensive third of the Tigers. However, The Lady Tigers still putting on that pressure, but just can't get back behind the net. Or in the net, rather. Both teams will come out to center field. Guess we'll start us off with a motion of play here. Lander Lady Tigers going from right to left on your screen. Lander Lady Tigers making some headway. That'll be booted back and taken on by Nielsen. Inside the 6, Kale with a save. Today she's having a lot more smothers. If you see some activity in the bottom right of your screen, ignore that. I'm doing a manual scoreboard. The sun's not quite cooperating. Copeland chasing it down in the wing. Gets caught up. Maybe it's not Maya. I heard someone call her Maya Copeland, so it's Mia Copeland. Toss in for the Phillies. Behind Landers 18. Chased down by Abby Copeland. The Twins are aggressive in defense and aggressive and meant in the best way possible. They're high pressure, they're on top of the ball, and if you're looking for a turnaround, you'll go to them first. Brought back into play by Copeland. Over to Sullivan. She'll take it down the side. Sullivan with a precise kick. Only met by resistance with the Phillies. Shot on goal by Getz. Solid catch there by Radkovich. Ball with a boot by Lytle. Gets swiped from Knockhazel by the Phillies. Morton trying to catch some speed. Turnover there by Lynn. She'll take a roll. That'll be Cody Ball. Some play being brought into the defensive third of the Phillies. Almost just as quickly being brought back to center field. Nielsen to Knockhazel. Nice footwork by Knock Hazel, getting it over to Getz. Just inside the 18. Swipe right. Gets stolen away from Hansen. A shot on goal should have gone over the goalkeep. Not quite though. She jumps, catches it. That's Radkovich. Again, ignore my shenanigans, creating a scoreboard here while we watch the Lander Tigers take on the Cody Phillies. .34 minutes left in this second half of play. Throw it over into the hands of the Phillies. Trying to be brought back by Copeland. Lytle will follow it back to Stauffenberg. Passing it forward to Morton and rolling out of bounds. There we go. We have a scoreboard, folks. Ball in control by the Lady Phillies. Copeland with the turnaround. A boot downfield, making about 25 yards. Met by resistance with the Lady Phillies. Getz going to attempt to take a tackle. Can't quite get it. At the half, a swipe. Nice move there by Mason Morton. Knock Hazel, a nice pass there to Getz. Around the keeper, can she get it in? Knock Hazel with the first score for the Lady Tigers. Ooh, wait. Okay, that was a moment. So with 33 minutes left in the second half of play, we have ourselves a soccer match, folks. Current score, it's the Lady Phillies 2, Lander Tigers 1. Back in play, 32 minutes, 50 seconds to go. Some good momentum to start the first few minutes of the second half of play. Shot on goal there, coming from Wilson. That'll go past the end line. That'll give it a GK. So it'll be taken on, it looks like, by Mia Copeland. A nice crowd here today in Bill Bush Stadium. It is a gorgeous day to say the least. Some nice moves there by Nielsen. Trying to play keep away. Some passes from the Phillies and a shot on goal. That'll end up in the hands of Kale. She'll jog it back out to the 18. The light drop kick that'll roll into center circle. There we go. We have our very own handmade scoreboard, folks. Along the side, Lynn with a shot on goal. That'll be palmed and caught safely by Kale. The shots from the Phillies are starting to come out from just about the 20 to 15 yard line. They're not going in quite as close. About 30 minutes and 30 seconds left in the second half of play. Sullivan inside the 18. They have an opportunity. Kicked in. Oh my goodness. That went off of the Lady Phillies with a deflection. Looks like that counts for a goal for Sullivan. I misplaced my pen, so I'm writing with highlighters. That brings our score to a tie here on WyoToday.com. If you're watching at home, this is a ball game. You might want to get over here. Couldn't quite catch who that deflected off of the Lady Phillies. But because their goalkeep had come out to narrow down the angles, it made it dangerous and advantageous for the Lady Tigers. Out on the Phillies. That'll be a goal kick for Lander. Interesting change of pace for the Lady Tigers. LVHS, as they came back off of the half, has had 2 scores in about 3.5 minutes. In the first half of the game, you could say the Phillies had the half because they scored at both 27 minutes and 12 minutes left. If they keep up this rate, they're looking at a good outcome for the Tigers. Lynn to center field. Lander defense keeping heavy pressure. Sullivan down the left. Trying to make it past the Phillies' Growney. She'll pass back to Nielsen. After the drop back, she tries to go to knock Hazel. A foul will be called. That'll be against the Lady Phillies. Looks like there might have been a little bit of contact as they were going for the ball. I believe that was against Nielsen. Mia Copeland with a free kick. She'll set up. Tigers in scoring position with a kick on goal by Sullivan. Too far left to see the back of the net. It's a beautiful day for soccer and an even better one to be watching a game tied with 27 minutes left in the second half of play. Kick met by the head of Sullivan. Chased down by Morton. Morton at the 50. That'll go out. She'll bring the toss in as well. Sullivan taking control. Trying to weave between 2 players. Takes a shot. That'll be met by Radkovich. Lynn making her way down the field on the right side. Right side for them, that is. Ooh, a nice steal by Nielsen. Can't keep control, however. As she goes through the season, you'll see Nielsen. She's starting to get her foot on the ball more in tight situations like that. Lynn in with the throw in from the sideline. Mia goes for a swipe. Stays with Cody and then out of bounds. Pulling that out was Hansen. Kick that looked like it was meant to be a shot on goal there by Kalkowski. Didn't have a lot of power. Knock Hazel to center. Over to Atnip. Ball gets away from her. Hansen over to Atnip. Trying to stay in control of the ball. She'll try to get it to Sullivan. Sullivan will set up and adjust. Tries to get over to Hansen. Booted away by Cody. Kick from center circle. Making its way to Schutzman. I said it right that time. Schutzman with the toss in. Now with Boyson. Warmed up to about 52 degrees the last time we looked up the temperature. Tiny bit of a breeze, but couldn't ask for better weather. Mia on top of it in the wing. A boot over, met by Kale, who will smother the ball. Getting some praise there from Abby Copeland. A lot of pressure from the Lady Phillies with Lynn right on the 6. Taking a tumble will be Morton. That'll yield a whistle from the refs. "24 minutes left in this half of play. So far, we're looking at a draw score. But with the pace so far, the Lady Tigers will be interesting to see how the rest of this half pans out. Over to Nielsen, a roll off the knee. Making headway downfield, change of direction by Stauffenberg. Over to Lynn. Lynn with a chip. Met by Copeland. Lytle and Copeland keeping heavy pressure on the forwards for the Cody Phillies. Ball will roll out. Maybe not. It'll stay in the corner. Mia Copeland with high pressure. Can't tell if that was a possible out of bounds or if it was a penalty. The refs will reset and drop the ball between Copeland and the Phillies Schutzman. That'll roll through the legs of Nielsen. Cody ball. Okay, I was like, what's that whistle for? We're going to have some substitutions. Coming back into the game is Getz for Sullivan. And in for the Phillies, we'll see Nieters back on field. Toss into Nieters. Nieters trying to get around Nielsen. She'll hit the turf. Gets over to Knockhazel. We're seeing Knockhazel make some progress this season as a forward. Hansen to center circle. Trying to get a cover on Neiman. Also, this is another one of those moments I have to clarify, where I realize after some substitutions, there is a set of sisters on the Phillies team, both Reese Neiman and Kennedy Neiman. So now I'll be using some first names in there. Change of direction by Mia Copeland, and out. The Cody bench was unimpressed by the call that it went out on the Phillies. Gets trying to get around. Hansen inside. She'll kick it to the keeper, who will get both hands on it. Looked like she could have lost control. Radkovich. That'll roll off the foot of Morton and out of bounds. Back to the touchline with a throw-in. Makes its way. Looks like to Neters. Hansen over to Morton. Morton protecting it at the side. Should make a kick that looked like it could have gone to Getz, but is instead met by a midfielder for the Phillies. Abby Copeland with high pressure on the sideline. A very vocal bench for the Cody Lady Phillies. Breeze picking up a tiny bit here in the stadium. Bill Bush Stadium, gorgeous today. The sun is shining. Score right now with 19 minutes left. No wonder our camera couldn't pick up the scoreboard. It's a sunny day, we'll say that to say the least. And 19 minutes left to go in the second half of play. So far, it's a deuce. You're streaming live on wyotoday.com with both Facebook and on YouTube. If you'd like the live stream to be a little more high definition, I suggest viewing it on YouTube. A shot over to goal, smothered by Kale. The Lander Lady Tigers have had an extensive game week. So far, they've played against Powell yesterday, taking home the win. Great plays by the Lady Tigers. And then today, of course, against the Lady Phillies. Bring the ball back. We have Getz. She'll make the toss. Tries to get it over to Hansen, and the refs will blow it dead. Now Hazel on the side. She'll take that throw in. Toss. Hansen run forward to the 18. Tries to get a pass over to Getz. Instead is taken over by the Lady Phillies. Wilson. A deflection there. Coming off of the Lady Phillies, Kalkowski. Inside the 18, a shot up and over. Kale was ready for it. She was bending down, ready for the leapfrog motion. I'll take things that sports broadcasters never say for 10. I'm just kidding. Current score 2-2. 17 minutes left to play. A goal kick coming out from Mia Copeland. A boot that gets a touch on it by Boyson. She'll make work around Nielsen. A boot that goes too far. It looks like she was trying to get it just in front of the goal. Kale staying back in the goal for now. Deflection there by Nielsen. A kick on goal, stopped with both palms and smothered by Kale. She'll give that a boot out, which will land just about center circle. Rushing out to change direction, Kale will get a drop on the ball. On the turf, and I can't tell if it was because of the fall or they might check on one of the Lady Phillies. Being helped up there was Wilson. She gives a pat over to Abby Copeland. Looks like she's going to be able to shake it off. Knock Hazel follows it out. Throw in going back with Growney. Ooh, a nice swipe there. Coming from Hansen. Over to Getz. Getz back to Hansen. Nice zigzag passes down the field. Over to Getz. She'll do a big kick. It'll go through the field goal, but not quite the soccer goal. Need to adjust my clock. There's actually 15 minutes left. I forgot they stopped the clock to check on the Cody Phillies player. There we go. Toss in by the Lady Phillies. That'll be met by Copeland. Mia tries to make it to Knock Hazel. Met instead with Nielsen with a nice swipe there. Deflection off of Lynn of the Lady Phillies after being kicked by Knock Hazel. And back in possession of Lander and turned around just as quickly. Quickly making headway and a shot on goal caught by Kale. Excellent movement by Wilson for Cody. 2-2. About 14 minutes left to go in the ball game. A swipe from Lynn. Gets in the center. Over to Sullivan. Sullivan gets switching spots on the field with Sullivan in center. She'll rush forward. That'll get booted away back to the center. Stauffenberg and Lytle waiting for the ball, being chased down by Mia Copeland inside the 18 and kicked out by Copeland. A setup pass there, being shot by Schutzman. And about a foot over the goal. That could have been dangerous. Goal kick coming off the foot of Abby Copeland. Gets to the center. Honing in on the danger zone. Over to Atnip. Atnip will get caught up. Back to Lynn for the Cody Phillies. The pass to the wing, meeting up with Wilson. Wilson and Lytle. Abby Copeland with a swipe. Lynn will head that out. Kick up and over the goal and past the end line will give Lander the goal kick. Keeper kick out by Mia Copeland. Headed away just in front of Nielsen by Boyson. A block by Lynn of Cody. Mia Copeland trying to reach Atnip. Can't quite get there. Atnip chasing it down. Cody can't keep it in bounds. Off on the foot of Boyson. You know what? There's Boyson sisters too. My apologies, folks. That was off Megan Boyson. Allison Boyson is number 38. Gets with a pass that gets picked off. And a kick by Lytle. She'll send it up into the air and over to Getz. Sullivan with the weave. That'll be picked up by Radkovich. The Lander Lady Tigers were quick to get a tie after the start of the second half, excuse me. That was a nice sliding tackle by Hansen. A boot by Radkovich sends it out with Hansen getting ahead on it there. Over to the sideline with Sullivan. Backing her up is Knockhazel. Cody will work back into the defensive third of the Tigers. Turning around by Mia Copeland. Nielsen juking it out. Over to Atnip and into the defense of the Phillies. Nielsen will take a tumble. Flag will go up. It's going to be a touchline throw in for the Tigers. Coming in for Allie Atnip. We'll have Morton back. Substitution. Coming in for the Lady Phillies. We'll see Emma Nieters come back. Sullivan with good footwork. Couldn't keep possession. Being chased down now by Morton. Knockhazel with good footwork. Over to Getz, who will get tripped up. Nielsen juggling a bit as she tries to make her way back to Knockhazel. They will lose it to Schuttzman. Heading to the wing. Wilson kicks left. Meets up with Abby Copeland, excuse me. And a deflection off of Lytle. Nice positioning on her part. Good movement. Hansen around. Gets through the legs. You have the goal keep out of the... Oh, no. that was a good defensive measure, kicking that past the goal line. So, because I got a little in awe there, Izzy Radkovich came out of the goal to try to block on the left. Well, now that she was down and she didn't have possession of the ball, Lander had an opportunity to get that back and score, but it was booted out of bounds by Cody. Of course, that results in a corner kick. While not as great of an opportunity, still a good one to try to get a score in with 6 minutes left in the ballgame. Hazel with a hard-headed hit. Still wasn't enough to be reined in between the goalposts. Goal kick out. Rolls to about center field before it gets possessed by the Cody Phillies. Gets, making her way downfield, over to Sullivan, inside the 18, and won't quite get there. Recovery by the Cody Phillies, that goes out of bounds, being thrown in by Hazel. She throws to get close to Getz. Morton gets the ball back for the Tigers against Neiman. This is Kennedy Neiman. Gets over to Hazel. Hazel to Sullivan, and a swipe that'll go out of bounds. That was off at the foot of Briley Aldred. Just under 5 minutes left in this second half of play. Plenty of pressure to go around between the two teams. However, this game can end in a draw. Soccer is one of two sports that can end that way. The point system works a little differently. Nice job of Abby Copeland clearing the goal. Kale taking that back out. Kale lets it roll into her arms with a drop kick back out. This time meeting up with Morton and Sullivan. Gets at the 20. Gets with a hard shot on goal, deflected by Cody. That went off the upper chest of Bauer. Forward motion by the Tigers. Hansen to Sullivan. Swipes back. A lot of back and forth on the left side of the field. 3 minutes left. Substitution in for the Cody Phillies. She'll go straight to the touchline and toss in. Welcoming back to the field, Bauer. Sullivan hot on the heels, able to grab it during an attempted dribble. Sullivan up and over and in! She just scored from the 12-yard line. That was an amazing kick by Sullivan. Up and over the top of the goal keep. And that's how you get ahead in a ball game, folks. With 2 minutes and 30 seconds left to go. Nielsen over to Hansen. Hansen to Sullivan at the 50. She'll keep it inbounds. That ball will way out there. Also, I'm realizing my clock is got to be reset one more time since the score. A boot out by Lytle. We'll take it to the 30. Back to Cody. Honing in is Knockhazel and Sullivan. Off the side pass, Nielsen. Nielsen with the pressure that'll send it out of bounds. The toss back in quickly from Cody. Ref says not quite. That went off on Boyson, Allison Boyson. Only a minute left for the teams. I'm about 2 seconds behind here on my on my timer. So keep that in mind when we hear that horn. This could be it for the Lander Tigers. Sullivan in the wing, over to Knockhazel. Drops back. Hansen. Hansen with a shot on goal. Palmed there by Izzy Radkovich. Radkovich will give it a boot. Lands just past the 50. Back in the hands of Lander. Kale will bring it out, kick it away. Only goes about 10 yards, leaving the goal open. Kale will then catch. Kale ready to give the boot. Up and over, 5. And that, folks, is the match. Lander Lady Tigers win this one 3-2 against the Cody Phillies. We're going to recap the game, recap the scores, and get ready for our next day. And look at that celebration, folks. Woo-wee. A deserved win from the Lady Tigers. Gave it a great hustle today. Both teams, phenomenal job here at Bill Bush Stadium. We'll be right back with your recap of the game. It's cool to see a team celebrate and have fun with their teammates. So we'll get back to it right here on WyoToday.com. I'm Rusty Wirtz, here with your Lander Tigers Soccer.
Central Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Lander Valley Soccer. With 3 branches in Fremont County, their mission is to help develop Wyoming communities with Wyoming values. From opening your first checking account to taking out a loan for a new business venture, Central Bank and Trust is your local bank and lender. Central Bank and Trust brings top-of-the-line technologies to their customers with chipped debit cards, mobile deposit, QuickBooks integration for businesses, online bill pay, and more. Central Bank and Trust. It's more than a bank, it's a community. Visit centralbankandtrust.com. Good luck and go Tigers.
When it comes to protecting your family, home, car, or business, you can count on Mountain West Farm Bureau Mutual Insurance Company. You deserve a local agent who is dedicated to helping you with all of your insurance needs. And that's what you'll get with Jake Hunke, your local Farm Bureau agent. Jake Hunke offers the quality products and services you're looking for. Visit his new location at 450 Main Street in Lander or call 307-332-3295 and discover the advantages of working with a local agent. Trust experience. Trust Farm Bureau.
Welcome to Stadium. It's a beautiful day here. Rocking 50 degrees or higher. We're now starting the countdown time for the Lander boys soccer team to face off against the Cody Bronx. I'm going to really try hard not to say Phillies, folks. All right, so here's our recap of the game, okay? In the first half, you can say that went to the Cody Phillies. Within 27 minutes left to go, Wilson of the Phillies was able to sneak it past Kale. The scores that came from the Phillies were ones that were well placed. Not as booming kicks, but definitely had great placement in the bottom corners. So that took the score 1-0. And then with 12 minutes left in that first half, Lynn came back to it. She was going past Kale because Kale was juking one way and she was able to get I'm telling you, this was probably within a foot of that score range. So in that bottom right corner, she was able to sneak it past Kale and take the second point of the ball game. Now, halftime happened. And I don't know what kind of great speech that Montero gave on that halftime to those girls, but they came out swinging. With 33 seconds left in that second half of play, Knock Hazel, the goalkeeper, was on the ground for the Lady Phillies, right? And so Knock Hazel weaves left and then was able to shoot around her as she was on the ground. So great shot there by Knock Hazel. Sullivan had a great deflection score. She was able to kick the ball. It deflected off of one of the Phillies and then rolled into the goal. So amazing score there with 30 minutes left to go in that half. And at 2 minutes and 30 seconds, the dynamic changed. Sullivan, she went up and over from the 12-yard line. She was hard right on the field, was able to kick up and over, and Radkovich just couldn't get a palm on it. That is your recap of the game, folks. We'll do our player of the game here in just a few minutes. I'm going to go see if I can track down Montero and ask him some questions about his win. You're tuned in live to WyoToday.com.
In any sport, athletes face the chance of sustaining an injury. According to the Athletic Training Association, 90% of student athletes reported some sort of sports-related injury. What's more, is 54% report playing while injured. For various reasons, sports-related injuries are increasingly leaving our youth at risk of exposure to opioid-based pain medication. Fremont WhenTheGameSlowsDown.com is here to help navigate monitoring medication, social support, and suggestions on what to do when the game slows down. Brought to you by Fremont County Prevention Program.
When you're looking for a great deal on a new or used car or truck, think Fremont Toyota. Shop over 1,000 vehicles from 12 manufacturers you know and love. Plus, they give you their best price up front, so you can be sure you're getting the best deal possible. And their state-of-the-art service facilities and expert technicians come with their 1-year hassle-free maintenance plan with all new vehicles. Fremont Toyota, they're your friends and neighbors and proud to sponsor Lander Valley High School soccer. 103 Fremont Way in Lander. Visit FremontToyotaLander.com. Go Tigers!
Hello! The spring forecast at Hello the House calls for heavy showers of savings the first 2 full weeks of April. Starting Monday, April 5th, and lasting through Saturday, the complete inventory will be 30% off. Breaking down further on prices, Monday, April 12th, for the week, everything store-wide is 50% off. Stop in soon to soak up the savings. These spring showers dry up and blow away after April 17th. Hello the House, 370 Main in Lander is open 11 till 5:30 weekdays and 10 till 4 on Saturdays. Looking to get back in the game this year? Avoid the rush by scheduling sports physicals now with Lander Medical Clinic. Sports physicals start after May 1st and are an important part of youth wellness exams. Preventative health took a backseat to COVID this past year, and Lander Medical Clinic wants to get teens back in the door for their wellness and sports physicals. Schedule your child's wellness and sports physical exam in May, June, or July by calling 332-2941. Lander Medical Clinic.
I'm Sarah Penn. Go Tigers!
I'm Dr. Forbes. Go Tigers!
I'm Nate.
And I'm Billy.
Go Tigers!
Central Wyoming College has the perfect degree to help you learn, grow, advance, and lead. The new Bachelor of Applied Science degree in Organizational Management and Leadership is the perfect degree to earn during a pandemic. There's 3 ways to learn: online learning, virtual learning, and in-person learning. Whether you have some credits or no credits, you can earn a bachelor's degree at CWC and have the competitive edge for employment. Go to www.cwc.edu/leadtheway.
Does your car seem like it's feeling a little under the weather? Doesn't have that same get up and go or struggles to start in the mornings? Visit Lander Napa at 391 Main Street. Rick and the crew will help you get that car feeling brand new. They know the right parts and have the experience and Napa know-how to set you up for success on your repair job. So come see Rick and the team at 391 Main Street in Lander. Open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 6 p.m., Saturday, 8 to 5, and Sunday, 10 to 3. Lander Napa. Man, I'm hungry, but nothing sounds good, and I don't feel like cooking.
Let's go to Molino Italian Bistro. I've been dying to try their house-made pastas, spaghetti, linguine, fettuccine.
Okay, I'm in.
Ooh, and their chicken parmesan with zucchini noodles, seared beef tenderloin.
You had me at...
White truffle risotto, crab dip.
Sounds good, let's
truffle fries, calamari. Hey, where are you going?
To Molino. Are you coming or what? Molino Italian Bistro. Sophisticated yet relaxed. Handmade fresh daily. 129 Main Street, Lander. Get a free appetizer with a dinner order for 2 Tuesday through Thursdays now through April 8th.
Welcome back, folks. We're post game show. We just scaled some stairs. Emilio Montero, great game, Coach.
It was fun game. I think we started a little bit slow in the first half. We conceded a couple of goals that could be preventable, but the girls prevailed. They fought hard, and we came back in the second half, scored 3. Sometimes a little bit lucky, but it was all due to the girls and their efforts.
Absolutely, and great moves. You had some really keen scores by Sullivan too. She's tough, and so is Getz. They're kind of your dream team.
They are. I mean, those 3 girls up front that we have up front, they're fantastic players, and they're the soul of our team, and hopefully they will continue to be.
So now, when you switched some sides with some of your players.
I did. I switched one of our forwards to play in the midfield and one of our midfielders to play forward. I think there was a better combination for what we were seeing in the back. The midfielder that moved forward can pass the ball just a little bit better, so I think that helped us a little bit in the second half.
Amazing. It was a great game, and even better, there's an away trip on Tuesday against Pinedale. What can we look forward
to? It's always tough to play in Pinedale. Seems like the weather's going to be
a little
chilly,
shoddy,
just a little chill. So it's always hard playing those conditions, but we want to continue winning. So next game, it's Pinedale, and that's what we're going to try to do.
All right, perfect. Thank you so much for coming up, Coach.
Yeah, no problem.
All right. And, folks, we're going to pick our player of the game here in just a second on the post-game show. You're tuned into WyoToday.com, streaming live on Facebook and YouTube.
Attending college at Central Wyoming College's Alpine Science Institute is the perfect place to be during a pandemic. You can live in a cabin and be socially distanced in the beautiful foothills of the Wind River Mountains. The Alpine Science Institute is a multi-use educational and recreational center for degrees in outdoor education, outdoor recreation, environmental science, anthropology, and expedition science. Don't let a pandemic stop you from pursuing a degree that is full of adventure. Go to www.cwc.edu/alpinescience and make your way.
Central Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Lander Valley Soccer. With 3 branches in Fremont County, their mission is to help develop Wyoming communities with Wyoming values. From opening your first checking account to taking out a loan for a new business venture, Central Bank and Trust is your local bank and lender. Central Bank and Trust brings top-of-the-line technologies to their customers with chipped debit cards, mobile deposit, QuickBooks integration for businesses, online bill pay, and more. Central Bank and Trust. It's more than a bank, it's a community. Visit centralbankandtrust.com. Good luck and go Tigers.
When it comes to protecting your family, home, car, or business, you can count on Mountain West Farm Bureau Mutual Insurance Company. You deserve a local agent who is dedicated to helping you with all of your insurance needs. And that's what you'll get with Jake Hunke, your local Farm Bureau agent. Jake Hunke offers the quality products and services you're looking for. Visit his new location at 450 Main Street in Lander or call 307-332-3295 and discover the advantages of working with a local agent. Trust experience. Trust Farm Bureau.
In any sport, athletes face the chance of sustaining an injury. According to the Athletic Training Association, 90% of student athletes reported some sort of sports-related injury. What's more, is 54% report playing while injured. For various reasons, sports-related injuries are increasingly leaving our youth at risk of exposure to opioid-based pain medication. Fremont WhenTheGameSlowsDown.com is here to help navigate monitoring medication, social support, and suggestions on what to do when the game slows down. Brought to you by Fremont County Prevention Program.
looking for a great deal on a new or used car or truck, think Fremont Toyota. Shop over 1,000 vehicles from 12 manufacturers you know and love. Plus, they give you their best price up front, so you can be sure you're getting the best deal possible. And their state-of-the-art service facilities and expert technicians come with their 1-year hassle-free maintenance plan with all new vehicles. Fremont Toyota, they're your friends and neighbors and proud to sponsor Lander Valley High School soccer. 103 Fremont Way in Lander. Visit FremontToyotaLander.com. Go Tigers!
Hello! The spring forecast at Hello the House calls for heavy showers of savings the first 2 full weeks of April. Starting Monday, April 5th, and lasting through Saturday, the complete inventory will be 30% off. Breaking down further on prices, Monday, April 12th, for the week, everything store-wide is 50% off. Stop in soon to soak up the savings. These spring showers dry up and blow away after April 17th. Hello the House, 370 Main in Lander is open 11 till 5:30 weekdays and 10 till 4 on Saturdays. Looking to get back in the game this year? Avoid the rush by scheduling sports physicals now at Lander Medical Clinic. Sports physicals start after May 1st and are an important part of youth wellness exams. Preventative health took a backseat to COVID this past year, and Lander Medical Clinic wants to get teens back in the door for their wellness and sports physicals. Schedule your child's wellness and sports physical exam in May, June, or July by calling 332-2941. Lander Medical Clinic.
I'm Sarah Penn. Go Tigers!
I'm Dr. Forbes. Go Tigers!
I'm Nate.
And I'm Billy.
Go Tigers!
Central Wyoming College has the perfect degree to help you learn, grow, advance, and lead. The new Bachelor of Applied Science degree in Organizational Management and Leadership is the perfect degree to earn during a pandemic. There's 3 ways to learn: online learning, virtual learning, and in-person learning. Whether you have some credits or no credits, you can earn a bachelor's degree at CWC and have the competitive edge for employment. Go to www.cwc.edu/leadtheway.
Does your car seem like it's feeling a little under the weather? Doesn't have that same get up and go or struggles to start in the mornings? Visit Lander Napa at 391 Main Street. Rick and the crew will help you get that car feeling brand new. They know the right parts and have the experience and Napa know-how to set you up for success on your repair job. So come see Rick and the team at 391 Main Street in Lander. Open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 6 p.m., Saturday, 8 to 5, and Sunday, 10 to 3. Lander Napa. Man, I'm hungry, but nothing sounds good, and I don't feel like cooking.
Let's go to Molino Italian Bistro. I've been dying to try their house-made pastas, spaghetti, linguine, fettuccine.
Okay, I'm in.
Ooh, and their chicken parmesan with zucchini noodles, seared beef tenderloin.
You had me at...
White truffle risotto, crab dip.
Sounds good, let's go.
Truffle fries, calamari. Hey, where are you going?
To Molino. Are you coming or what? Molino Italian Bistro. Sophisticated yet relaxed. Handmade fresh daily. 129 Main Street, Lander. Get a free appetizer with a dinner order for 2 Tuesday through Thursdays now through April 8th.
Welcome back to Bill Bush Stadium here in Lander. I hope you're having a beautiful start to your day. There's about 10 minutes left until the boys' game, where the Lander Tigers will take on the Cody Bronx. Hey, I hope you're having a beautiful day. And if you're not, you need to get on over here to Lander Stadium. It's gorgeous. About 52 degrees right now. Only going to warm up as the day goes on. On top of that, not a whole lot of wind, unlike Powell yesterday. Whoo-wee. A little bit of wind there. We're gearing up here at the stadium for the next match where, it's going to be an interesting contest. Lander's coming off of a loss from Powell, and a high-intensity match, but Powell was just able to get a score in that last half just before the end, and that can be a little tough to recover from, so it'll be interesting to see how the Lander Tigers adjust today. Anyway, talking about the last match, congratulations to the Lady Tigers for their win 3-2 against the Lady Phillies. Speaking of which, we haven't awarded our player of the game. This player she did get 1 score this game. She wasn't the highest scoring player. However, I feel like this one, she works really hard and she's turning into quite the forward player. So today's player of the game going out to Knock Hazel. So congratulations today. And we're going to get started on this next match. So we're going to appreciate some of our sponsors. We'll be back in about 4 minutes here at Bill Bush Stadium.
Attending college at Central Wyoming College's Alpine Science Institute is the perfect place to be during a pandemic. You can live in a cabin and be socially distanced in the beautiful foothills of the Wind River Mountains. The Alpine Science Institute is a multi-use educational and recreational center for degrees in outdoor education, outdoor recreation, environmental science, anthropology, and expedition science. Don't let a pandemic stop you from pursuing a degree that is full of adventure. Go to www.cwc.edu/alpinescience and make your way.
Central Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Lander Valley Soccer. With 3 branches in Fremont County, their mission is to help develop Wyoming communities with Wyoming values. From opening your first checking account to taking out a loan for a new business venture, Central Bank and Trust is your local bank and lender. Central Bank and Trust brings top-of-the-line technologies to their customers with chipped debit cards, mobile deposit, QuickBooks integration for businesses, online bill pay, and more. Central Bank and Trust. It's more than a bank, it's a community. Visit centralbankandtrust.com. Good luck and go Tigers.
When it comes to protecting your family, home, car, or business, you can count on Mountain West Farm Bureau Mutual Insurance Company. You deserve a local agent who is dedicated to helping you with all of your insurance needs. And that's what you'll get with Jake Hunke, your local Farm Bureau agent. Jake Hunke offers the quality products and services you're looking for. Visit his new location at 450 Main Street in Lander or call 307-332-3295 and discover the advantages of working with a local agent. Trust experience. Trust Farm Bureau.
In any sport, athletes face the chance of sustaining an injury. According to the Athletic Training Association, 90% of student athletes reported some sort of sports-related injury. What's more, is 54% report playing while injured. For various reasons, sports-related injuries are increasingly leaving our youth at risk of exposure to opioid-based pain medication. Fremont WhenTheGameSlowsDown.com is here to help navigate monitoring medication, social support, and suggestions on what to do when the game slows down. Brought to you by Fremont County Prevention Program.
When you're looking for a great deal on a new or used car or truck, think Fremont Toyota. Shop over 1,000 vehicles from 12 manufacturers you know and love. Plus, they give you their best price up front, so you can be sure you're getting the best deal possible. And their state-of-the-art service facilities and expert technicians come with their 1-year hassle-free maintenance plan with all new vehicles. Fremont Toyota, they're your friends and neighbors and proud to sponsor Lander Valley High School Soccer. 103 Fremont Way in Lander. Visit FremontToyotaLander.com. Go Tigers!
Hello! The spring forecast at Hello the House calls for heavy showers of savings the first 2 full weeks of April. Starting Monday, April 5th, and lasting through Saturday, the complete inventory will be 30% off. Breaking down further on prices, Monday, April 12th, for the week, everything store-wide is 50% off. Stop in soon to soak up the savings. These spring showers dry up and blow away after April 17th. Hello the House, 370 Main in Lander is open 11 till 5:30 weekdays and 10 till 4 on Saturdays. Looking to get back in the game this year? Avoid the rush by scheduling sports physicals now with Lander Medical Clinic. Sports physicals start after May 1st and are an important part of youth wellness exams. Preventative health took a backseat to COVID this past year, and Lander Medical Clinic wants to get teens back in the door for their wellness and sports physicals. Schedule your child's wellness and sports physical exam in May, June, or July by calling 332-2941. Lander Medical Clinic.
I'm Sarah Penn. Go Tigers!
I'm Dr. Forbes. Go Tigers!
I'm Nate.
And I'm Billy.
Go Tigers!
Central Wyoming College has the perfect degree to help you learn, grow, advance, and lead. The new Bachelor of Applied Science degree in Organizational Management and Leadership is the perfect degree to earn during a pandemic. There's 3 ways to learn: online learning, virtual learning, and in-person learning. Whether you have some credits or no credits, you can earn a bachelor's degree at CWC and have the competitive edge for employment. Go to www.cwc.edu/leadtheway.
Does your car seem like it's feeling a little under the weather? Doesn't have that same get up and go or struggles to start in the mornings? Visit Lander Napa at 391 Main Street. Rick and the crew will help you get that car feeling brand new. They know the right parts and have the experience and Napa know-how to set you up for success on your repair job. So come see Rick and the team at 391 Main Street in Lander. Open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 6 p.m., Saturday, 8 to 5, and Sunday, 10 to 3. Lander Napa. Man, I'm hungry, but nothing sounds good, and I don't feel like cooking.
Let's go to Molino Italian Bistro. I've been dying to try their house-made pastas, spaghetti, linguine, fettuccine.
Okay, I'm in.
Ooh, and their chicken parmesan with zucchini noodles, seared beef tenderloin.
You had me at...
White truffle risotto, crab dip.
Sounds good, let's go.
Truffle fries, calamari. Hey, where are you going?
To Molino. Are you coming or what? Molino Italian Bistro. Sophisticated yet relaxed. Handmade fresh daily. 129 Main Street, Lander. Get a free appetizer with a dinner order for 2 Tuesday through Thursdays now through April 8th.
Attending college at Central Wyoming College's Alpine Science Institute is the perfect place to be during a pandemic. You can live in a cabin and be socially distanced in the beautiful foothills of the Wind River Mountains. The Alpine Science Institute is a multi-use educational and recreational center for degrees in outdoor education, outdoor recreation, environmental science, anthropology, and expedition science. Don't let a pandemic stop you from pursuing a degree that is full of adventure. Go to www.cwc.edu/alpinescience and make your way.
Welcome back to Medium here. It is a gorgeous day in Lander, and we're gearing up for the Lander Tigers to take on the Cody Broncs. We're about a minute 54 seconds away from having our starting lineups. So I want to welcome you to this broadcast. You'll notice we don't have our scoreboard camera today. It's a little bright here, but it's gorgeous. And you know what's funny is when we were in here earlier, someone said, well, I'll bet you the wind will pick up for the boys' game. And I'll tell you what, it certainly did. So there is a breeze now here at Bill Bush Stadium. Yesterday, unfortunately, a loss suffered to the hands of the Powell Panthers for the Lander Tigers. However, it was a 1-0 game. It was a very close match the entire time, very high intensity, so it'll be interesting to see how today's match goes. All right, we're going to gear up for these starting lineups. Both teams will come to the center. By the way, if you're streaming live on wyotoday.com, on Facebook or YouTube, I want to welcome you. I'm Rusty Wirtz. Having a great time so far following the Lander Tigers. It's about 58 degrees. It says it's fair outside. A little windy. It's about 6 miles per hour. Any more than that, and we might see some change of direction that they're not intending. Should be about a high of 62, it looks like. So that's a plus for this match. The JV games, as a heads up, if you're looking to go view those, are on the opposite side of the Lander Valley High School grounds. You'll see those in the practice fields. But for now, lining up for the starting lineups, we have our Lander Tigers and the Cody Broncs.
Good afternoon and welcome to Bill Bush Stadium for the second soccer match between the Cody Broncs and the Lander.
We'll announce our Cody starting lineups first.
Goalkeeper Ian Baylor.
Goalkeeper for today for the Broncs is Ian Baylor. There's number 4, Tade Geving. Number 5, CJ Dominic. Number 7, Hunter Robbins. Number 8, Reese Ward. Number 9, Matt Nelson. Number 10, Wyatt Becker. He's a senior this year. Number 13, Jackson Gale. Also, I missed Keaton Stone. My apologies. We have number 15, Tucker Lynn. And 17, Remy Broussard. Now for our Lander Tigers. Goalkeeper, Jonas Calvert, a senior this year at Lander Valley High School. Number 2, a junior, Sam Welsh. Number 7, a senior, Parker Reed. Number 8, a junior, Kellen Donahue. Number 9, a senior, Gus Mosman. Number 10, a senior, Nico Loham. Number 17, a senior, McLean Hellier. Number 19, Camden Nickel had a great day yesterday. He's a senior for LVHS. Number 33, Callum Wheeler starting today. Matisse Weaver, number 37, a sophomore this year on the starting lineups. And number 46, a junior, Joe Hellier. Coach Schaff looking forward to today's game. He'll be up for the post-game show, so stick around for that. We'll talk about today's match and about the upcoming one against Pinedale. All right. Both teams getting set up on Bill Bush Stadium field. Beautiful turf here at the stadium. It's always a good day for a home game, especially on a Saturday with nice weather. The weather in Pinedale, as I was talking about with Coach Montero, might not be so favorable. Going to be a little more chilly. Whistles blow the start of the match. Quick to end up out of bounds, brought back in. That was by McLean Hellier. Swipe away for the Bronx. Quickly taken back by Lander. Hellier on the right side of the field. Over to Nickel. Nickel to Reed. Now to Welsh in center circle. Good movement toward the wing and booted back by the Bronx. Nice leg there by Reese Ward. Along the side, Joe Hellier struggling to keep control in the wing. Reed rushing forward to get that back. An accidental shot on goal that was a deflection off of the face of Donahue. Face or neck? It was, it was a close call regardless. Loham quick to give it back to Welsh. The goal keep for the Bronx. We'll try to get a palm on it, but it'll roll past that end line. That's Ian Balo, keeper for the Bronx. Reed tries to go to Donahue, ends up in the wing. He's able to keep it in bounds. Passes back to McLean Hellier. Reed will lose it to the hands of Dominic. A tossing goes to Reed. Wind picking up and changing direction here at Bill Bush Stadium. A little bit northeast with our wind now. GK for Cody will give it up. Taking out that goal kick is Broussard. Nice movement and a dodge there on behalf of Mosman. Might turn down our field mic a tiny bit. It's getting a little windy. Nickel with a shot. Quickly grabbed by the GK for Cody Balo. McLean Hellier, quick to get the ball back. He'll do a nice dribble over to Nickel. McLean Hellier with the throw in. I enjoy watching, I guess, the different sets of siblings play on both of our Lander Tigers teams. Both Joe Hellier and McLean Hellier on the field at the same time. Tossed back in by McLean. Might meet up with Nickel. Not before it's headed by Cody with Geving. Whistles. Free kick awarded to Lander. Taking that out will be Nickel. Nickel with a boot. That'll meet Reed. Quickly chipped away by Cody. Cody so far doing a good job at clearing away from the goal. We're seeing movement for the Lander Tigers into the defensive third. For Cody at least. Mosman playing keep away. A swipe by Cody. Still struggling to get it back. They'll call a foul on Lander. That gives it to Lynn of the Bronx. Good movement within the formation by LVHS. Joe Hellier on the side, goes over to Welsh. Welsh to Mosman. Reed and Nickel meeting up within the 18. Cody will get a touch on it to change directions. Kick over to Gale. And Gale will pass with a lob inside the 18. Calvert getting ready. He'll get a soft catch on it and roll it out. That rolling pass making its way to Joe Hellier on the left side of the field. Welsh takes it to the wing. No one will follow it out. Cody ball. Keeper kick will be taken over by Broussard. That makes it to about midfield. Weaver will take a tumble. Brought in by Cody again. Booted over by Welsh. Was trying to make it to Reed. Instead picked off by Cody's Becker. Whistles. Lander toss in from Hellier. Joel will take that over to Loham. Hellier with the bring back. Loham from the wing. Over to Callum Wheeler. Instead taken on by McLean Hellier. A swipe there from Cody's Robbins. Ends up back in the hands of Lander. Making their way downfield, getting some cheers from the home crowd. We see Donahue making moves. Inside the 18, but gets it swiped away. Back to Reed. Little too far. Goes past Welsh, is being chased down by Nelson of Cody High School. A nice chip around the defense. Going over to Nickel. Hard kick by Mosman. Deflected. I believe that was off of Robbins of the Bronx. Working the sideline, we have Gale. Loham changing it enough for Callum to boot it back to center. Tigers had a intense and high velocity game against Powell yesterday. Unfortunately, they did have a loss against Powell, but definite hard work coming from your Lander Tigers. Lander making some elbow room. And a boot making its way to Reed. Inside. They're going to blow it, so that does not count. I don't think it counts. We'll have to see. It's one of those moments where you hold your breath. Could have been a great moment for Parker Reed, but unfortunately sometimes those penalties will get you. Toss in from, not Stone, from Gale. Callum Wheeler, nice change there. Reed to center. He'll drop a lateral to Welsh. Stick around for the halftime show. We still have some time before that, about 28 minutes to be exact. Some fast work. It looks like they might have caught Calvert slipping. I think he might have thought that one of the defensive players for Lander might have had a foot on it. That's a score for Cody with 28 minutes. Pass from Ward picked off. Mosman to the side. Over to Elliott. Toss brought in by Hamilton. Loham will retrieve in Lander's left wing, bringing it back to the 20. He'll make a pass over to McLean Hellier. Wheeler with a lob that was intended for Nickel, and that'll go out of bounds. Cody ball, tossed into Dominic. Substitution, coming in for Welsh, we have Otis Beeson. Weaver over to Reed. Past the 30, over to Beeson. Beeson through the legs of Cody. That was through Becker. Over to Elliott. Elliott making work over to Reed. Weaver with a shot on goal. Deflected by Broussard, who's actually hanging back just at the 6. That last defender, tough to get around. He's the one who's going to be, I'm assuming, clearing the goal for most of the game. It's a smart move. Goal kick. Out by Broussard. Cody with the toss. Into McLean Hellier, who gives it an ankle. Trying to find Reed. Booted out there by Cody's Becker. Lander will bring it back in. My apologies, had to adjust my scoreboard there. About 25 minutes left in the first half of this match. Weaver with a side kick to Reed. Reed over to Nickel. It'll meet up instead with Hamilton. A shot on goal too far to the right by Elliott. This is Jaden Elliott, by the way. The other one we might see in play is Cody Elliott. He's a sophomore, number 41. A steal there by Nickel of LVHS. Back in possession to Cody with Dominic. Dominic trying to get it past McLean Hellier. Couldn't quite get there. Whistle will blow and stop play. Doesn't stop the clock, though, as a heads up. Free kick for McLean Hellier. Reed with a head on it. Juggles and drops back over to McLean Hellier. Reed to the wing. He'll chase it down. Keeps it in bounds. Shot up and over. Headed what looked, from my direction, it looked like it was going to go in from Elliott. It's one of those plays that would have been really cool if it went in. Nice setup by the Lander Tigers. 23 minutes left. No score for the Lander Tigers. However, Cody leads by 1. Mosman will pause and drop back. Meets McLean Hellier and over to Nickel. Work into formation. Causes Reed to duck as he gives it a lob, but trying to fight for that possession back from Cody. Weaver with an attempted shot on goal is met hard by Cody's Ward. Run to the 18. Lander will boot it out of bounds. Cody will bring it back. With the toss in, we have Becker. Becker throws into Gale. Loses it to Lander. Weaver getting it over to Reed, hoping to get that momentum. Reed with a swipe. Beeson trying to get a foot on it. Reed will get caught up alongside Cody's Becker. Reed and Beeson giving each other a friendly pat. Ball would be called out of bounds. We'll go in with Lander. Substitutions. Reed and Mosman heading to the bench. Coming in, we'll see Welsh returning and Donahue back. Wind blowing here at the stadium, mostly east at Bill Bush. Lander Stadium's a gorgeous place to play. Hellier will take a tumble there. He'll go out of bounds and be thrown back in by Cody. Elliott moving quickly down the left sideline. Toss in, meets up with Welsh. Down to Jaden Elliott. He'll be tripped up. It looks like from the foot of Cody's Ward. They'll give Lander a free kick. Saved by Balo. Brought back out, excuse me. Kept in bounds by McLean Hellier. Finds Welsh at the 30 and gets to center circle. Jaden Elliott's becoming one of those to-watch fast players. You can expect him to have that extra gas when he needs to help out the other forwards. Welsh will get tripped up. They'll be in favor of Cody. Cody making the several-hour trip over to Lander today, only to find beautiful weather here at Bill Bush Stadium. Weaver read the field as he takes control at center circle. He'll drop back to Welsh. A booming kick coming from Broussard. Cody quickly moving into the 18 with a shot on goal coming from Gale. Calvert, though, not letting it happen. A side pass from Cody will go out of bounds, be brought back in by Beeson. Over to Donahue. He'll kick left, be met up with the Cody Bronx. Dominic and Robbins making their way down the field. Lander looking for an opening. Small chip up, headed by Weaver, and back behind the 6. Kept in play by Weaver and Beeson. They'll lose control near nickel. Kicked out of bounds. That toss one will come from McLean Hellier. With just 17 minutes left in this half of play. This is the first half, by the way. Join us for the halftime show. We'll recap the first set of scores and look ahead to some of our scheduled games. Tuesday, we're looking to see Pinedale. Could be a little rough weather-wise, but nonetheless. Shot on goal did not make it between the goalposts. That goal kick coming out from Broussard. Kick by Loham. Back into Donahue. Donahue looks for an opening. Has Elliott double back to have it booted. And back to the Tigers. Goal keep for Cody will get that. Balo sending that back out. The ball rolling into Calvert. Quick to get a hand on it. He'll send a rolling pass out to McLean Hellier. A deep boot by the Cody Bronx. Robbins. I don't know if you could hear it on your end, but had a parent just below us going, "It's good." Not quite. Great aim, just a little too much power. Camden Nickel was subbed out for Lander. Looks like they brought Mosman back in. Beeson taking his time to set up. Lobs it over. Ends up with Reed passing to Welsh. Welsh with careful dribbles as he makes it closer to the 20. Elliott back to Welsh. Great work by Mosman, dribbling around the Cody forwards. Joe Hellier on the far side brings it into Elliott. Good stop by Mosman. Brings it back into Elliott, who'll get a little tripped up on the ball. Beeson fighting to keep it with Lander. They'll get booted to about the 50-yard line off of Dominic. Calvert, keeping a sharp eye, rolls it out to McLean Hellier. Hard kick by Elliott, deflected off of Broussard of Cody. Decent sized crowd for Lander Valley High School today. Lander setting up for a corner kick. Putting the flag back up. Corner kick from Mosman. They'll ride around the 20. A deep shot blocked by the goalkeeper for Cody Balo. That was a one-handed block. Very well positioned. It's the plus of having a tall goalkeep for your team. Over to Loham. Loham gives to Weaver. Excuse me, Beeson, sorry. Goal kick comes out from Broussard and into center circle. Cody will lose control as the ball rolls past the goal line, giving Lander a goal kick. Calvert's going to do a soft kick over to Hamilton. Hamilton to McLean Hellier. He will boot to Reed. Reed gives a kick. Trying to meet Donahue. Donahue in the wing. Up against Broussard of Cody. Out on the Bronx. Lander will bring that back in. Hoping to have a chance at those goalposts. About 10 minutes left in this half of play. Current score, Cody 1, Lander 0. Cody trusting Gale to move it downfield. Drops back to Nelson. Gale inside the 18. Can't find a way. And, you know, that ref shot the flag up awful quick there. Meaning that he saw it right away. That wasn't meant to. I realized that sounded a little malicious. That was not. That will, however, be a penalty inside of the penalty box, resulting in a kick. Looks like coming off of the Bronx Robins. Lander will line up to block. A kick to the side, and that will result in no score for the Cody Bronx. A lob by Hamilton. We'll take that out of play. Fielded by the Lander home crowd. It's Cody ball. Ball should get tripped up just a bit. A drop back, meeting McLean Hellier, who will move it to about the 50 and make a pass to Reed. Broussard coming out a little farther. I would say that he is more often than not the last defender on the Cody Bronx team. He'll be called out on Lander. Looks like Lander's looking to sub out. Taking a seat is Joe Hellier. Coming in for him, Callum Wheeler. A big kick there from Cody. Looks like they were going for a direct goal. That was off of the foot of Tucker Lynn from Cody, who just got subbed in. Some other substitutions. Heading off, we have Otis Beeson and Kellen Donahue. We'll see Matisse Weaver return. Trying to catch who else they subbed in. Not entirely sure what the refs are up to. Main ref met with the referee on the left-hand side of the field. Wind picking back up here at Bill Bush Stadium. Callum Wheeler over to Welsh. Or excuse me, that was Mosman, I believe. Now Welsh trying to get the ball back. Hamilton to Welsh. Now Loham over to McLean Hillier. I believe Nickel was the other one that was subbed in that I was looking for. A rolling save there. Not a fast shot on goal, but a rolling save. Thanks to Balo of the Cody Bronx. Callum Wheeler getting a harder collision there on behalf of the Bronx. That one will be called on Gale of Cody. Callum with the free kick over to Loham. Welsh getting it inside the 18 with a sliding catch. Balo quick to get it back out into the center circle. It's a race to the 18. Jonas Calvert getting a lob on that before Cody could get too close to the danger zone. McLean Hellier chasing down the ball against Dominic from Cody. Brought back out by Mosman. Reed and Weaver, kind of a nice fake out there. Weaver will get caught up with a swipe from Lynn. Reed to the center. Making headway, looking to meet Camden Nickel. Welsh will do a lob inside the 18. Met up by Balo. Tigers moving way back to the defensive third of the Cody Bronx. Welsh over to Reed. Can he get it in? With a head, it rolls too far to the right and is saved by Balo. This has been, I think, the second or third approach of trying to get a pass off of the head and get a successful shot on goal. Balo, a jumping kick, loses balance a bit on that one. Chasing it down is Elliott. That'll roll past the goal line. Broussard with the goal kick. Meeting up there with Jackson Gale. Welsh with the drop, back to McLean Hellier. Matisse waiting on the side. Ooh, goodness, that was a a little bit of a collision. You had Reed and I believe Mosman waiting for that ball. Reed would fall on top of the goal. The refs checking on everyone, making sure they're good. Ball goes back to Balo of the Cody Bronx. A nice kick there. However, it's smothered by Balo. Walsh with a shot on goal. Still not finding success between the goal lines. 1 minute, 30-some seconds to go. Then we'll have our halftime show here on WyoToday.com. Home of live stream sports here in Fremont County. Getting tripped up was Callum Wheeler and Cody's Gale. That'll result in a free kick for Cody. Moving it back and being taken out by Lynn. Mosman finding Reed, who will take it to the wing. Lateral shot over and shot on goal, saved by Balo of the Bronx. Really nice shot by Weaver, but Balo was not having it. Callum Wheeler over to McLean Hellier. McLean to Reed, and that'll be the horn for the first half of play. That's it here at Bill Busch Stadium. We're going to take a quick break and recognize some of our amazing sponsors. We want to thank you for tuning in. We're live from Lander with your Tigers Soccer.
Central Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Lander Valley Soccer. With 3 branches in Fremont County, their mission is to help develop Wyoming communities with Wyoming values. From opening your first checking account to taking out a loan for a new business venture, Central Bank and Trust is your local bank and lender. Central Bank and Trust brings top-of-the-line technologies to their customers with chipped debit cards, mobile deposit, QuickBooks integration for businesses, online bill pay, and more. Central Bank and Trust. It's more than a bank, it's a community. Visit centralbankandtrust.com. Good luck and go Tigers.
When it comes to protecting your family, home, car, or business, you can count on Mountain West Farm Bureau Mutual Insurance Company. You deserve a local agent who is dedicated to helping you with all of your insurance needs. And that's what you'll get with Jake Hunke, your local Farm Bureau agent. Jake Hunke offers the quality products and services you're looking for. Visit his new location at 450 Main Street in Lander or call 307-332-3295 and discover the advantages of working with a local agent. Trust experience. Trust Farm Bureau.
In any sport, athletes face the chance of sustaining an injury. According to the Athletic Training Association, 90% of student athletes reported some sort of sports-related injury. What's more, is 54% report playing while injured. For various reasons, sports-related injuries are increasingly leaving our youth at risk of exposure to opioid-based pain medication. Fremont WhenTheGameSlowsDown.com is here to help navigate monitoring medication, social support, and suggestions on what to do when the game slows down. Brought to you by Fremont County Prevention Program.
you're looking for a great deal on a new or used car or truck, think Fremont Toyota. Shop over 1,000 vehicles from 12 manufacturers you know and love. Plus, they give you their best price up front, so you can be sure you're getting the best deal possible. And their state-of-the-art service facilities and expert technicians come with their 1-year hassle-free maintenance plan with all new vehicles. Fremont Toyota, they're your friends and neighbors and proud to sponsor Lander Valley High School soccer. 103 Fremont Way in Lander. Visit FremontToyotaLander.com. Go Tigers!
Hello! The spring forecast at Hello the House calls for heavy showers of savings the first 2 full weeks of April. Starting Monday, April 5th, and lasting through Saturday, the complete inventory will be 30% off. Breaking down further on prices, Monday, April 12th, for the week, everything store-wide is 50% off. Stop in soon to soak up the savings. These spring showers dry up and blow away after April 17th. Hello the House, 370 Main in Lander is open 11 till 5:30 weekdays and 10 till 4 on Saturdays.
Folks, and welcome back to Bill Bush Stadium in Lander. Let's see, we're sitting at about 12:46 in the afternoon, and I can't tell you, it's beautiful outside, folks. The wind is blowing, as you can see as we go in on our flags over here. It is getting a little windy. However, a gorgeous day. The sun is shining. Nice home crowd here for Lander. So if you have a chance, I suggest you come watch the second half of play. It's been intense play. I'm curious to see how Coach Schaaf might tweak or make some changes to try to get around the Bronx defense. So far in the first half of play, we have, with 28 minutes left in the first half was when the first score came from Cody. It looked like, I'm not entirely sure what happened there, but with Jonas Calvert, it looks like he might have expected a stop from, I think it was Wheeler that was in front of him, but yeah, he was trying to get the stop, and I think he might have gotten a little confused there. But anyway, so first score from Cody. That's the only score of this match so far. So please, if you have a chance, come down and support your Lander Valley Tigers. If not, keep tuned right here to WyoToday.com. The next match that we're going to have is actually going to be against Pinedale. That'll be on Tuesday. We will have that live here on WyoToday.com as well. So if you're in the area, come to Pinedale. But if not, you can catch it here. We'll carry all the games this season, at least to the best of the abilities of, well, me. And I appreciate you having me as well. I'm Rusty Wirtz, an alumni here of Lander Valley High School, but I will most certainly do my best to call an unbiased game. Might get a little more excited for some of them, but that's just sports, isn't it? Coming up, we'll get back to the second half of play, about 4 minutes left in the halftime show here on WyoToday.com.
Looking to get back in the game this year? Avoid the rush by scheduling sports physicals now with Lander Medical Clinic. Sports physicals start after May 1st and are an important part of youth wellness exams. Preventative health took a backseat to COVID this past year, and Lander Medical Clinic wants to get teens back in the door for their wellness and sports physicals. Schedule your child's wellness and sports physical exam in May, June, or July by calling 332-2941. Lander Medical Clinic.
I'm Sarah Penn. Go Tigers!
I'm Dr. Forbes. Go Tigers!
I'm Nate.
And I'm Billy.
Go Tigers!
Central Wyoming College has the perfect degree to help you learn, grow, advance, and lead. The new Bachelor of Applied Science degree in Organizational Management and Leadership is the perfect degree to earn during a pandemic. There's 3 ways to learn: online learning, virtual learning, and in-person learning. Whether you have some credits or no credits, you can earn a bachelor's degree at CWC and have the competitive edge for employment. Go to www.cwc.edu/leadtheway.
Does your car seem like it's feeling a little under the weather? Doesn't have that same get up and go or struggles to start in the mornings? Visit Lander Napa at 391 Main Street. Rick and the crew will help you get that car feeling brand new. They know the right parts and have the experience and Napa know-how to set you up for success on your repair job. So come see Rick and the team at 391 Main Street in Lander. Open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 6 p.m., Saturday, 8 to 5, and Sunday, 10 to 3. Lander Napa. Man, I'm hungry, but nothing sounds good, and I don't feel like cooking.
Let's go to Molino Italian Bistro. I've been dying to try their house-made pastas, spaghetti, linguine, fettuccine.
Okay, I'm in.
Ooh, and their chicken parmesan with zucchini noodles, seared beef tenderloin,
You had me at...
white truffle risotto, crab dip,
Sounds good, let's
truffle fries, calamari. Hey, where are you going?
To Molino. Are you coming or what? Molino Italian Bistro. Sophisticated yet relaxed. Handmade fresh daily. 129 Main Street, Lander. Get a free appetizer with a dinner order for two Tuesday through Thursdays now through April 8th.
Attending college at Central Wyoming College's Alpine Science Institute is the perfect place to be during a pandemic. You can live in a cabin and be socially distanced in the beautiful foothills of the Wind River Mountains. The Alpine Science Institute is a multi-use educational and recreational center for degrees in outdoor education, outdoor recreation, environmental science, anthropology, and expedition science. Don't let a pandemic stop you from pursuing a degree that is full of adventure. Go to www.cwc.edu/alpinescience and make your way.
Central Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Lander Valley Soccer. With 3 branches in Fremont County, their mission is to help develop Wyoming communities with Wyoming values. From opening your first checking account to taking out a loan for a new business venture, Central Bank and Trust is your local bank and lender. Central Bank and Trust brings top-of-the-line technologies to their customers with chipped debit cards, mobile deposit, QuickBooks integration for businesses, online bill pay, and more. Central Bank and Trust. It's more than a bank, it's a community. Visit centralbankandtrust.com. Good luck and go Tigers.
Live here with WyoToday.com. Hey, I'm Rusty Wirtz, and we're just about ready to get started with the second half of play here at Bill Busch Stadium. Gorgeous weather. It's probably warming up to about 53, 54 degrees. The wind blowing in a northeastern fashion. Not enough to affect the game too much. If anything, probably keep it nice outside. The refs all getting started. Going their opposite ways from the center circle while Welsh gets ready. I could be wrong, but right now the Lander Tigers are set up in a 4-1-5 setup. I think that's going to make it interesting for the second half. Putting on the hands of Mosman to get it to the forwards. On the side is Donahue. Loham over to Joe Hellier. Nice formation work so far by the Tigers in this start of the second half. An ideal opening. A boot on it. Could have gotten away from Balo. And waiting there for that opportunity was Reed. Joe Hellier bringing the ball back into play. I'll get our clock reset. I dream of a day when our scoreboard camera will not hate the sunlight. Cody in a race toward the 18, and a boot will send that out past the goal line. There's 2 balls on the field right now. I don't know if they know which one to use. Timer's now synced with the one at the stadium. About 38 minutes, 30 seconds to go. Kick coming out. Not from the keeper, but rather from Broussard. Nickel on the side. Makes his way to the wing. Almost to Weaver, couldn't make it in. It looks like another attempt at scoring off of the head. Tossed in by Cody's Ward. Callum Wheeler trying to get that back. Instead, gets the swipe away from Gale. Seems like the Lander Tigers have a increased focus coming back from halftime, which is kind of the point of it, but it'll be interesting to see how this new formation works out for them. Back with Mosman. Drops back to Callum Wheeler. Inside the 18 and surrounded by Bronx. The opportunity's not going anywhere. Ball will be brought back in by Joe Hellier, meeting up with Loham. He'll drop back, and Hellier will lose control out of the touchline. Calvert rolls out. Mosman to Loham in the middle. Cody getting a touch on it, changes directions. Weaver to the wing, and it'll roll out of bounds. So far, 2-2 in the season for the Lander Tigers. Taking a win against Lyman and Mountain View, and falling to the Jackson Hole Bronx and the Powell Panthers. Hard kick there, deflected by Cody. Looks like the one to get the stop was Becker. Kick coming out, the goal kick from Broussard. Ends up in the hands of Lander at the 50. And now making some headway down the sideline. Out at the flank, Lander ball. Joe Hellier. Goes over to Weaver, back to Hellier in the wing. It'll be kicked out. Corner kick, gonna come in from the Lander Valley Tigers. Being brought in by Gus Mosman. That ball get a deflection, goes up and over and hits the restrooms at Bill Bush Stadium. Soft toss into Joe Hellier. That goes back to Callum Wheeler, giving him a chance to read the field and get some elbow room. Lots of play on the Cody's defensive third of the field today. Rolling kick, and that'll be called out by the ref. Corner kick goes in. Weaver goes in for the head and misses. Donahue trying to get a setup. Loham will be taken out from underneath. Ref will say it's a clean tackle. Joe Hellier races to try to keep it and will actually have the touchline throw. Weaver gives it a chest and Joe doubles back. Loham to Welsh and over to Mosman. Tigers working both sidelines of this side of the field. Spending a lot of time over here today. That ball going out will result in a goal kick for the Cody Bronx. No doubt will be taken out by Broussard. The upcoming schedule for the Lander Tigers: Pinedale on Tuesday. A little bit of what I'm going to call sass going on. Looked like between Reed and Balo, the goalkeep. Joe Hellier trying to dribble and weave. Welsh going to be along the sideline, keeping it in bounds. A boot over to Reed. Looked like he was going to try to tip it back to Wheeler and have Wheeler either head or kick in. Loham with the race. Now with tough possession for Cody, moving their way back in to Lander's side of the field. Oh, yeah, that was that's going to be a call. Looked like a bump from one of the Tigers resulted in Cody Bronx. Gale on the field. Gets up from the turf. That'll result in a free kick. That kick caught and chested by Calvert. Weaver trying to make a play, has it swiped away. Quick work by the Cody Bronx is Lynn. Lynn will boot it again. Gets a shoulder from Loham. Mosman to the side. Toss in by Reed. Gets a tall kick there. Looks like there might be a player struggling a bit out on the field, one of the Cody Bronx. Becker. Looks like he'll walk it off. Loham tries to get it to Reed. Ooh, opportunity for the Lander Tigers with the goalkeeper on the ground and 2 attempted shots on goal. They cannot get it between the goalposts. Headed by Wheeler, that'll roll out of bounds. Good attempts by the Lander Tigers. Nickel was right up in there in the wing, and attempted shots by several of the forwards. That's the advantage. Calvert rushing forward to narrow the angles, trying to keep it out of the goal. His Wheeler, whew, that's a little scary there in a sec. The refs will call offsides. Now, if you're not familiar with offsides, I'll probably explain this every time it's called. If someone is past the last defender, so on the Lander team, if they're past the last defender, you cannot pass to them. You can kick there and then they can run to it, but you cannot pass to them if they're beyond the last defender before the goal keep. Donahue trying to get the ball away. It'll be headed by Joe Hellier. Nice footwork by Loham to the 30. Over to the wing. No one waiting for him. The upcoming matches for the Tigers include Pinedale on Tuesday. The Lady Tigers will play at 3, and your boys will play at 5. On Thursday of next week, there will be some travel to Warland. Warland Warriors, that'll be the same times, 3 and 5. We will have both calls here on WYO Today. Bozeman with a left-footed pass. Getting caught up and continuing to run. Some interesting comments from the crowds on both sides. Weaver will shoulder it out of bounds. Cody ball. A big boot in the air. We'll send it out of bounds off of Cody. Hunter Robbins might have just wanted to give it a tall kick. Joe Hellier, now to Loham. Across center circle to the right. A kick, looking to make it toward goal. It goes away from the keeper, making an opportunity for the Tigers. He'll lunge again, hitting it out of bounds. We were with 2 shots on goal, each of those deflected by Balo. The best word I can use to describe the Bronx keeper is he's springy. He did a jump almost from 1 knee on the ground and 1 foot on the ground. Lander keeping control. Loham over to Reed. Looking for that opening, hoping that Nickel can meet him in the wing. Quarter kick for the Tigers. That'll come in with, looks like Gus Mosman? Nope. That'll actually be off of, looks like Nickel. Trying to get in, getting both hands on the ball. Shot on goal, no good. Bigger kick coming in there from their keeper, Balo. Joe Hellier, excuse me, quick to get that back. Hellier will bring it back. Joe over to Callum Wheeler. A running kick, and that pass will make its way to the flank. Gale from Cody motioning for his team to get on over. Toss in, then put back out again. Bringing it back is Becker. Nice footwork for the Tigers. Seems like they changed their approach from the first half. Nickel on the side. Over to Mosman. Walsh with a shot. Over the goal. A little too much power. Lander's spending a lot of time inside the penalty area for the Bronx. That will be headed by Hamilton. Headed again by the Cody Bronx, off of the head of Broussard. Reed, quick to get it away from the Bronx, over to Welsh. A big kick by Loham, might have been too excited. Ball in the danger zone, going inside, but smothered by Balo. Might be too hard to call. The keeper did a good job of getting on it, but at the same time, laid on top of Donahue. Ref will call it Cody's ball. He'll kick it out. It's a race. We're waiting to see if Calvert can keep it up. He'll get a hand on it, enough to keep it and clear the goal. Very precise save there by Jonas Calvert. 22 minutes left to go in this half of play, and that'll be the ball game. Hamilton with a kick downfield. Sends Cody and Donahue chasing it out. Calvert getting a lot more ground play today. Yesterday against Powell, he deflected some shots on goal that were more aerial shots. Lander regaining control. Kick over to Hamilton. Cody will chase it out of bounds. Back in from the touchline to Reed. Kick from the wing, deflected quickly. Cody has 4 defenders and 1 GK between Reed and the net. Goal kick, coming off the foot of Broussard. Weaver's gonna head that, and then it'll roll out of bounds. Cody ball. Bringing it back in, Becker. Joe Hellier will follow it out of bounds. He'll do a quick toss to Weaver. Good side pass to Reed. Working the flank. Really good work by Nickel. Cody will take possession back. In a foot race, you just cannot beat Dominic from the Bronx. But they'll get a nice boot on it to change direction. That kid has some wheels. Balo, a booming kick. That one's easy to get lost in the sun, especially with it being, what, just around 1 o'clock? Getting inside the danger zone for Lander. They're going to make a shot on goal. Deflected by Calvert. I'm going to call that a crawling save. Nicely done. You can see Mosman there when he got a block on the pass that was heading toward him. Looked a little disappointed. Over to Nickel on the left, who switched sides, by the way. He'll get tripped up and roll throughout the wing. He's putting his hands up. That will, however, result in a corner kick. That'll be headed several times. Back with Weaver with a swing and a miss. And a nice hearty kick that goes into the side of Robbins. Reed, a kick deflected. That went off of Ward, just in front of the 6. Hellier back in, over to Loham. He'll get tripped up. Looks like that foul will be called on Gale. Loham over to Weaver. Weaver, unfortunately blocked by his very own Donahue. Went off the back of his ankles. In his defense, he was also being double teamed at the time by the 6. An up and over kick. If it would have been 6 inches lower, that could have gone in. You can see it in his face. Nice shot on goal, however, from Nickel. Lander looking to score their first point of this contest. 17 minutes left in the second half of play. And a big booming kick out from Broussard. Trying to find the sweet spot and try to do a sliding pass in. Couldn't quite get there, Donahue. Lander Valley Tigers getting creative inside the penalty box. The kick coming out from Broussard. Yesterday, the Tigers faced off against Powell, and they had someone that would goal kick from one end of the field literally to the other. Swipe brought back. Over to Mosman. He'll let it roll by. Go back to Nickel. Weaver has 3 on him. He'll get booted by Cody downfield. It's a race with Callum Wheeler. He'll kick it out of bounds at about 15 yards. That lets Cody reset on the Lander defensive third. Toss in. That'll give it to Dominic. And a boot over, caught by Calvert. Both goalkeepers playing catch. I'd like to think both equally busy. Maybe more so on the Bronx side in the second half. Loham back over to Nickel. Nickel on the left, trying to find a hole to make a play between the legs of the Bronx Becker. Gets it bopped back to Hillier and Wheeler. Elliott on the side. Over to Reed. And working the formation over to Loham. Elliott over, picked off by the Cody Bronx. Robbins with a steal. Interesting play where it looks like someone was physically held on to. Getting a yellow card for the Bronx is Jackson Gale. He'll be asked to go take a seat. A little bit of grabbing on the arm there as Gale went down. And you can't do that, unfortunately. Free kick. That could have been an opportunity for the Tigers. That keeper Balo on top of his game. Chested by Wheeler. 14 minutes left in the second half of play. Tigers have yet to score, while the Bronx are sitting at 1. Welsh trying to make his way. A really fast sneak, and then stolen by Weaver. A sliding tackle coming in from Nickel. Couldn't get to it. Oh, goodness. Quite a bit of rug burn off of the, or road rash, I guess is another term for it, off of the turf. Honing in on the danger zone, but the keeper This comes out, narrows down the angles, and smothers the ball. I believe I have a keeper's parent just a few bleachers down from me. It's always good. Weaver will get tripped up with Cody's Robbins. A kick. Putting Cody in the danger zone. Couldn't hone in the angles after being double teamed. Looks like Elliott might have, no, that's Joe Hellier. Looks like he might have had a bit of a bump that might have hurt his hand or his wrist. Kick coming out from Calvert. He'll do a slight pass over to Wheeler. Callum taking it downfield, opts for the sideline. Elliott finding midfield to Loham. Nickel with a kick that'll be headed by Cody. Loham weaving in between three players of the Cody Bronx. It's a kick up and over by Hamilton. Means a goal kick coming in for Cody. This time from another player off the foot of Lynn. Looks like waiting to sub in on the sideline. Believe that's Mosman. Balo will smother. Keeping Lander once again out of their danger zone. Ball will get out on Cody's player and hand. Toss back in for McLean Hellier. Nickel will take a seat. Mosman back in. From the touchline, Reese Ward finding some headway into the defensive third. Off to the left. Gale swiped away by Landers Hamilton. A nice move by Hamilton. A catch by Calvert. He'll take a second to adjust and boot it to center circle. Out on the Tigers. Back to the Bronx. I'll be adjusting our timer. I missed that they stopped the clock to check on someone for an injury. It's going to be a free kick for Cody. It's going to be off of Becker. Inside the 6 yards, booted out by Mosman. A great defensive measure. Missed tackle there by Weaver. Calvert will rush out. Cody looking for a call. Ref will tell him to take a corner kick.
Okay, slot it. Let's go, White.
Gale in the corner. Gale overshoots all of the forwards for Cody. They'll be kicked over by Mosman and Reed. Weaver expertly dribbling through Cody, but it'll go out past the goal line. Back for that goal kick. We'll see Broussard back. Welsh. Get it over to Hellier. He'll try to keep it in bounds. Not quite. Cody ball. That'll be chested. And a bump. Toss in for the Tigers, which will get booted yet again out. It's a good way to kill time when you have a running clock. Hellier with the toss. Mosman. Back to McLean Hellier. McLean with a shot. It'll go a little too far left for the liking of the net. 7 minutes, 19 seconds left in this second half of play. Lander with an opportunity here with the corner kick. McLean Hellier with the kick. Off the ankle of Reed. And back in possession of Cody from Broussard. Wheeler will chase it over to Hellier. Lander keeping up the pressure in the second half of play. Even their defense has moved up to about the 30-yard line of Cody's third. Kick in, caught by Balo. Mosman. Good weave there around the Cody defense. Dominic. Intended for Loham. Couldn't quite get to it before it's booted out. Toss in for Lander. Over to the wing with Reed. Reed tries to get up and over. Couldn't quite get the angle to be in front of the goal. Waiting there was Donahue. Looked like he might have tried another sliding kick if he had the opportunity. Goal kick coming out for Broussard. Lander hungry for their first score of the ball game. This match a tough one so far. A lot more time spent on the Cody side of the field. Nickel along the side. Meets Reed, who tries to head it. Booted yet again, and over to McLean Hellier. Hellier to the wing. Play and keep away from several players of Cody. Over to Reed. He meets a Loham who goes just above the goalpost. You can see the anxiety levels of some of the crowd members. Both from Cody and from Lander, to be fair. Goal kick again, Broussard. Weaver goes for a head tap and instead falls to the ground. We're seeing Gale with the ball, struggling to keep control. He's wrestling with McLean Hellier. Loham deflected by the rear defender of Cody, Callum Wheeler, giving it back to McLean Hellier. Stepping on the gas is Mosman. It's only two defenders standing in front of Calvert. Only several players of Cody heading to help him out. Oh my goodness. It didn't look like Calvert was going to go down for a second. He fell last minute to a knee and fielded the ball. From the center, Mosman. A trip. Free kick will be awarded. Looks like they might have tripped up Elliott. Kick from Joe Hellier. Up and over. Stepping on it to get to the ball was, I believe, Hamilton. Oh, excuse me, that was Nickel. My apologies. Looks like Weaver will receive a yellow card. Once you receive one of those, you have to head to the bench. Coming in as a substitute is Welsh. It's not something you want to have happen with a minute 55 left. Wheeler over to Elliott. Elliott's quick, so it'll be interesting to see if he can get to the wing and across. Meeting up with Reed. Back to Loham. They have an opportunity, but caught by Balo. Balo doing a good job for the Cody Bronx today. Ball will be headed by Wheeler. Nickel over to Elliott. A minute 21 left in the second half. Reed's going to drop back. Cody looking to get it clear. McLean. Hellier making his way in. Nice job avoiding a penalty on McLean Hellier's part. Turned to just enough to where he wouldn't be called for hands. 40 seconds left in this game. In from Callum Wheeler. Mosman. Passes right. Elliott over to the flank. Met up with Nickel. Will be headed. Kicked up by Elliott. And out. Cody taking their time for the goal kick because there's only 5 seconds left in the ball game. That's the last horn, folks. Final score here at Bill Bush Stadium. Not sure if someone's bummed or if they're not all right. There we go. He's all right. We're taking a look at a final score from the Cody Bronx. 1, Lander Valley Tigers 0. We're going to recap the scores. We'll see if we can get Coach Schaff up here for a kind of post-game interview. We'll chat about some upcoming matches that we'll see. Pinedale and Warland on deck, and see what they take away from this game today. That's it for this game here on WyoToday.com. Streaming live both on Wyo Today, Facebook, and YouTube.
When it comes to protecting your family, home, car, or business, you can count on Mountain West Farm Bureau Mutual Insurance Company. You deserve a local agent who is dedicated to helping you with all of your insurance needs. And that's what you'll get with Jake Hunke, your local Farm Bureau agent. Jake Hunke offers the quality products and services you're looking for. Visit his new location at 450 Main Street in Lander or call 307-332-3295 and discover the advantages of working with a local agent. Trust experience. Trust Farm Bureau.
In any sport, athletes face the chance of sustaining an injury. According to the Athletic Training Association, 90% of student athletes reported some sort of sports-related injury. What's more, is 54% report playing while injured. For various reasons, sports-related injuries are increasingly leaving our youth at risk of exposure to opioid-based pain medication. Fremont WhenTheGameSlowsDown.com is here to help navigate monitoring medication, social support, and suggestions on what to do when the game slows down. Brought to you by Fremont County Prevention Program.
When you're looking for a great deal on a new or used car or truck, think Fremont Toyota. Shop over 1,000 vehicles from 12 manufacturers you know and love. Plus, they give you their best price up front, so you can be sure you're getting the best deal possible. And their state-of-the-art service facilities and expert technicians come with their 1-year hassle-free maintenance plan with all new vehicles. Fremont Toyota, they're your friends and neighbors and proud to sponsor Lander Valley High School soccer. 103 Fremont Way in Lander. Visit FremontToyotaLander.com. Go Tigers!
Hello! The spring forecast at Hello the House calls for heavy showers of savings the first 2 full weeks of April. Starting Monday, April 5th, and lasting through Saturday, the complete inventory will be 30% off. Breaking down further on prices, Monday, April 12th, for the week, everything store-wide is 50% off. Stop in soon to soak up the savings. These spring showers dry up and blow away after April 17th. Hello the House, 370 Main in Lander is open 11 till 5:30 weekdays and 10 till 4 on Saturdays. Looking to get back in the game this year? Avoid the rush by scheduling sports physicals now with Lander Medical Clinic. Sports physicals start after May 1st and are an important part of youth wellness exams. Preventative health took a backseat to COVID this past year, and Lander Medical Clinic wants to get teens back in the door for their wellness and sports physicals. Schedule your child's wellness and sports physical exam in May, June, or July by calling 332-2941. Lander Medical Clinic.
Hey folks, welcome back to Bill William, here with Coach Schaff. Coach, tough game.
Yeah, we played aggressive, we played tough, we controlled the ball a lot. Their keeper kept a few shots out.
Baylor was tough.
Yeah, he played played a solid game. We didn't put a good enough shots on to get it by him. So
not for lack of being creative. I mean, I saw head off the head. I saw sliding tackles. I saw they were certainly trying their hardest. So what would you do different next time?
Well, they were locking. They're what I would call parking the bus. They had a lot of people back. And
oh yeah.
We didn't have the movement we needed to in the middle. We weren't getting the numbers in the middle, and then we weren't able to penetrate the last line and get those dangerous balls into the last line. So we'll work on tighter space possession drills where they have to work through that tight space and figure out how to combo through it. So
now I noticed after the half, your formation changed drastically. It seemed to work though because you spent a lot more time in the defensive third of Cody.
Yeah, they were winning the ball in the midfield. I pushed one of my defenders into the mid and just kind of left 3 back, and then pushed. I was having some of the different people mark up in the forward position to try to create some havoc in the box. I felt like we got some really good opportunities the second half. We just couldn't find the back of the net.
I know, it's so close. Yeah. So looking ahead, we have Pinedale on Tuesday, Worland on Thursday. How do you expect those games to play out so far?
It's interesting. Cody beat Pinedale 2-1, so we've got to be ready to play that one. That's in Pinedale.
Okay.
So the conditions will be similar to here.
Hopefully it's nice weather. It's looking a
yeah.
little iffy right now.
Yeah, it does look a little iffy. So, but I can see them playing very similar to what Cody just did in a compact kind of nature. So, but then when we go to play Worland, they'll open it up and they'll play a little more
elbow room.
Yeah, a little more transition is what
Okay.
they'll be fast in the back. So we got to continue to work on that and get back. So
well, great game. I mean, effort-wise, and really, it's just great to see the team progress throughout the season so far. So
thank you.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming
All
up,
right.
Coach Schaaf.
Thank you.
All right.
Have a good day.
Yeah, you too. And folks, we still have yet to do our player of the game, so keep tuned, and we'll be right back.
Tigers.
I'm Dr. Forbes. Go Tigers.
I'm Nate.
And I'm Billy.
Go Tigers.
Central Wyoming College has the perfect degree to help you learn, grow, advance, and lead. The new Bachelor of Applied Science degree in Organizational Management and Leadership is the perfect degree to earn during a pandemic. There's 3 ways to learn: online learning, virtual learning, and in-person learning. Whether you have some credits or no credits, you can earn a bachelor's degree at CWC and have the competitive edge for employment. Go to www.cwc.edu/leadtheway.
We're back at Bill Bush Stadium. A beautiful day, folks. It was a great day for soccer. Not exactly the result that Lander was looking for the boys' game. Girls did walk away with a win today, which was a nice boost. So the upcoming schedule, we'll be taking a look Tuesday. They will face off against Pinedale in Pinedale. We will have the game here on WYO today. We will also be in Worland on Thursday. So as those games progress, like Coach Schaaf said, it'll be interesting to see how the Tigers' play changes to adjust. That being said, time for player of the game. Today I'm going to go for somebody that helped get the ball across the field, I think, very efficiently. You always saw him making plays on the wing, was moved to forward, and I believe did a nice job there as well. So today's player of the game is going to go to Camden Nickel. So great job to all of the players for the Lander Valley High School Tigers on both the ladies and boys account. For now, we're going to go enjoy this beautiful weather here in Lander. Thank you for watching. I'm Rusty Wirtz, and thanks to General Manager Eric Polly, and of course to my camera guy today, Kirk Baxter. Thank you, folks, and have a great day.
Does your car seem like it's feeling a little under the weather? Doesn't have that same get up and go or struggles to start in the mornings? Visit Lander Napa